In this video, we'll continue our work with solving equations by factoring, but in this case, we may have to simplify before we solve. Before we make the equation equal to 0, we may have to simplify first. Okay, so remember the goal. The goal is to get our equation equal to 0 with the x squared term positive and then factor. But we may have to do some work before we can even get it equal to 0. For example, consider this problem. I want this in that general form, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, or just all my terms on one side equal to 0 with the x squared term being positive. So how am I going to do that? Well, simplify. What does that mean? I can multiply the x through and get this equation looking more like the previous ones. So let's see what happens. X squared plus 11x equals 2x minus 20. And now I'm on to the step where I can get everything on one side, make the x squared term positive, which it already is, and set equal to 0. And I do that by subtracting this term from both sides. And maybe this time we'll do both at once. I'll add 20 to both sides. So that gives me x squared, 11 minus 2 is 9x, plus 20. And I subtracted that and I added that. That's equal to 0. So a little more work, but now I've achieved my goal. I've set my equation to 0, and now I can factor. As long as I can find two numbers that multiply together to give me 20 and add together to give me 9, which should be positive 5 and positive 4. Zero product rule. And I have my solutions. One more problem. Simplify first. So I'm going to have to multiply. FOIL 6x squared plus 2x minus 9x minus 3 equals 5x squared minus 15. Subtract the 5x squared from both sides, add the 15 to both sides. That'll give me my 0 on the right. I notice I also have like terms here, so I'm going to combine them. I'm going to do that all at once. So 6x squared minus 5x squared is x squared. Combine those two guys, I get a negative 7x. And then negative 3 and 15 is positive 12. Okay, so a little extra work there, but I have simplified, set my equation to 0, and I have my x squared term positive, which is everything I need. Now I factor. I'm looking for two terms that multiply together to give me 12 and add together to give me negative 7. Negative 4 and negative 3 should work. So I factor x minus 4, x minus 3 equals 0. Use my 0 product rule, set each to 0, x minus 4 equals 0, x minus 3 equals 0. And my two solutions are positive 4 and positive